The Exodus 9, a marvel of human engineering, carried with it the dreams of a species yearning to understand its place in the cosmos. The crew of the Exodus 9 approached their destination with anticipation and cautious curiosity.
The data hints at intriguing anomalies on Kepler 186f.
Kepler 186f loomed large on the main view screen, its alien beauty both captivating and daunting.
Our sensors have detected unusual energy readings from the planet's surface.
The energy readings are faint but definitely artificial in origin.
The bridge of the Exodus 9 hummed with nervous energy.
If this signal is artificial, we need to be prepared for anything.
KI, give me a status report. KI, descent trajectory nominal, approaching designated landing zone.
The hatch of the Exodus 9 hissed open, releasing a plume of recycled atmosphere.
Let's get moving. We need to locate the source of that signal.
The landscape of Kepler 186f stretched before them, a tapestry of desolation and eerie beauty.
There's a massive energy spike, like something's trying to communicate.
What is that?
The energy readings are off the scale. It's coming from inside the archway.
They stood before the archway, dwarfed by its impossible scale.
I'm picking up faint energy fluctuations within the archway.
The mournful hum emanating from the archway intensified.
We're not going anywhere. We need to see what's inside. The air inside the archway shimmered with an unseen energy. The mournful hum intensified, resonating deep within my chest. The corridor within the archway twisted and turned. As we rounded a sharp bend, we came to an abrupt halt. The sphere pulsed with an eerie life of its own. As I approached the sphere, its light intensified. The vision faded, leaving Dr. Carter standing in the alien chamber.
The symbols on the chamber walls now seemed vaguely familiar. This archway, hoping against hope that someday someone would find it, that their legacy would not be lost to the void. Dr. Carter stood transfixed, his gaze locked on the pulsating symbols, his mind reeling from the sheer immensity of the knowledge flooding into him. It was like trying to drink from a fire hose, the torrent of information threatening to overwhelm him. to shatter his perception of reality. He saw their cities, vast and luminous, powered by the very heart of their dying star. He saw their ships, sleek and silver, plying the interstellar void, exploring the galaxy with a hunger for knowledge that mirrored his own. He saw their faces, wise and ancient, their eyes filled with a profound sadness, a deep understanding of the ephemeral nature of existence. They knew their time was short, that their sun's fiery demise was inevitable. But instead of succumbing to despair, they had chosen to share their legacy, to offer their knowledge as a gift to whoever might find it, a testament to their existence, a flicker of light against the encroaching darkness.
They knew they were doomed.
Carter, you need to pull yourself together. We need to figure out what's going on here, how to get out of this place.
She's right, Carter. We can analyze this data later, back on the ship. Right now we need to focus on getting out of here in one piece.
The weight of the ancient civilization's legacy, the knowledge of their tragic fate, seemed to be crushing him. Lieutenant Reynolds and Dr. Singh exchanged uneasy glances, their faces pale with concern. They had never seen Carter like this, so overwhelmed, so vulnerable.
Experiencing their death, their rebirth, their final desperate act of creation.
Lightning, connecting Carter to the sphere, to the archway, to the very soul of the long-dead civilization.
What's happening? Is that thing attacking him?
I don't think so. It's more like it's trying to communicate with him, to share something.
Dr. Singh shielded her eyes, instinctively taking a step back from the blinding light that engulfed Carter. The air crackled with energy, the very air molecules seeming to vibrate with an alien hum. The readings on her instruments went haywire, needles pinning at the extremes of their scales, digital readouts flashing error messages in a frantic cascade.
What's happening? Is that thing attacking him?
I don't think so. It's more like it's trying to communicate with him, to share something.
As they watched, mesmerized and terrified, the bridge of light pulsed with a life of its own, its brilliance fluctuating in sync with Carter's ragged breathing. Strange symbols, alien and yet strangely familiar, raced across the surface of the bridge, their forms shifting and morphing like a language written in pure light. It was information, Dr. Singh realized, a torrent of data so vast, so complex, that it dwarfed the sum total of human knowledge. It was the legacy of a civilization, their history, their science, their art, their very essence, being poured into Carter's mind, a gift and a burden beyond anything he could have imagined. And in that moment she understood. They weren't witnessing an attack, but a transference, a passing of the torch. A desperate act of faith from a dying race to one that had yet to be born.
Lieutenant Reynolds watched, her heart pounding in her chest, as the bridge of light pulsed and throbbed, connecting Carter to the alien sphere like a lifeline. She didn't understand what was happening, but she could feel it in her gut, a primal sense of awe and terror that sent shivers down her spine. It was like witnessing the birth of a god or the death of a star. The air crackled with energy, the very walls of the chamber seeming to vibrate in sympathy with the spectacle unfolding before them. The mournful hum that had haunted them since they'd entered the archway reached a crescendo, a symphony of sound that seemed to encompass the entire universe, a cosmic lament for a lost civilization and a hymn of hope for the future. And then, as quickly as it had begun, it was over. The bridge of light collapsed in on itself, winking out of existence with a final brilliant flash. Carter crumpled to the ground, his body still, his suit dark and lifeless. Carter, answer me! Are you all right?
Reynolds rushed to his side, dropping to her knees beside him, her hand hovering over his chest, afraid to touch him, afraid of what she might find. But there was no response, only the hiss of his suit's life support systems and the deafening silence of the alien chamber.
Dr. Singh knelt beside Carter's unmoving form, her own heart heavy with dread. The scanner in her hand, once a source of vital information, now felt cold and useless. The readings it displayed were erratic, nonsensical, as if the very laws of physics had been disrupted by the events that had just transpired. She reached out, her gloved hand trembling slightly, and gently touched his visor. It was cold, lifeless. A wave of nausea washed over her, a primal fear gripping her heart. Had they come this far, only to lose him now, to see him consumed by the very mystery they had sought to unravel? Carter, please, don't leave us.
But her words were met with only silence, the oppressive silence of a tomb. Lieutenant Reynolds, her face pale with grief and disbelief, rose to her feet, her hand instinctively reaching for the sidearm holstered at her hip.
What was that? What did that thing do to him?
Dr. Singh, her scientific mind struggling to comprehend the impossible, slowly rose to her feet, her gaze sweeping over the chamber, taking in the strange symbols, the pulsating sphere, the lingering sense of something vast and ancient that had touched them, changed them, in ways they couldn't yet fathom.
I don't know, but I think we've just witnessed a miracle.
The silence in the chamber stretched on, broken only by the hiss of their breathing and the steady hum of their suits' life support systems. Dr. Singh kept her gaze fixed on Carter's unmoving form, her mind a whirlwind of conflicting emotions, grief, fear, and a strange burgeoning hope. The scanner in her hand, though still displaying erratic readings, hinted at something extraordinary. Carter's vital signs, though faint, were stabilizing. His pulse, slow and steady, beat with a rhythm that echoed the mournful hum of the archway, a rhythm that spoke of ancient energies and a connection to something far beyond their understanding. The light emanating from the sphere, though diminished, seemed to pulse in sync with Carter's heartbeat, as if the two were now inextricably linked.
He's alive.
She whispered, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and relief, her gaze darting between Carter and the pulsating sphere. Lieutenant Reynolds, her hand still hovering near her sidearm, turned to face her, her eyes wide with disbelief.
What? But he's not moving. His suit, it's dark.
I know, but his vital signs, they're stabilizing. It's like he's in some kind of stasis, his body rebooting.
As if to confirm her words, the visor of Carter's helmet flickered, a faint blue light struggling to pierce the darkness. And then slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the light grew stronger, brighter, until Carter's face, illuminated by the soft blue glow, swam into view. His eyes were closed, but his features, though still etched with strain, were relaxed, peaceful, as if he were lost in a pleasant dream. On with a warmth that betrayed her concern.
I'm all right. What happened?
Lieutenant Reynolds and Dr. Singh exchanged uneasy glances, their unspoken question hanging heavy in the air. How much did he remember? How much of the alien knowledge, the overwhelming burden of a lost civilization's legacy had he retained? And more importantly, how had it changed him?
You were unresponsive for a while. We were worried.
Reynolds began, choosing her words carefully, her tone measured, her pilot's instincts telling her to proceed with caution.
There was an energy surge, a transference of sorts.
Dr. Singh nodded in agreement, her gaze fixed on Carter, her mind racing, trying to anticipate his reaction, to prepare for any eventuality.
They showed me things, their world, their history, their downfall.
Carter listened intently, his brow furrowed in concentration, his hand instinctively reaching up to touch his helmet, as if to confirm its presence, to reassure himself that he was still human, still Ethan Carter, despite the alien thoughts and memories that flickered at the edges of his consciousness.
They knew it was coming, the end of their time, but instead of giving in to despair, they chose to preserve their legacy, to share their knowledge with whoever might find it.
The Exodus 9 sliced through the black velvet of space, its engines a low hum against the symphony of starlight. The journey back to Earth was a somber affair, the initial euphoria of discovery tempered by the weight of the alien knowledge they carried, the burden of a legacy that spanned millennia and challenged the very foundations of human understanding. Dr. Carter spent most of his waking hours in the ship's cramped laboratory, surrounded by holographic displays, data streams scrolling across their surfaces like rivers of light. His mind, still buzzing with the echoes of the alien civilization, worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of information, translating cryptic symbols, attempting to unlock the secrets of a technology that bordered on magic. The alien data cache was a treasure trove of knowledge, a vast library of scientific discoveries, philosophical treatises, artistic masterpieces, a testament to the boundless creativity and intellectual prowess of a civilization that had long since turned to dust. Dr. Singh worked alongside him, her own thirst for knowledge rivaling his, her analytical mind a perfect counterpoint to his intuitive leaps of logic. They argued, debated, challenged each other's assumptions, pushing the boundaries of their understanding, each new discovery fueling their desire to delve deeper, to unravel the mysteries that lay at the heart of the alien legacy. Lieutenant Reynolds, ever the pragmatist, focused on the more immediate concern of getting them home safely. The Exodus 9, though a marvel of human engineering, had taken a beating during their encounter with the alien archway. The ship's systems, strained by the energy surges and temporal anomalies they had encountered, required constant monitoring and occasional jury-rigging. But beneath her outward calm, Reynolds couldn't shake the feeling that they were no longer alone, that something, some echo of the alien consciousness that had touched Carter, had followed them aboard the ship.
The days aboard the Exodus 9 blurred into one another, the monotony of interstellar travel punctuated by moments of scientific breakthrough and unsettling encounters with the remnants of the alien presence that lingered within the ship's systems.
Dr. Carter, his mind a whirlwind of alien symbols and equations, found himself drawn to the ship's observation deck, a place of quiet contemplation where he could lose himself in the vastness of space. The twinkling tapestry of stars, a constant reminder of the universe's infinite possibilities.
He would spend hours staring out at the void, his thoughts a jumble of excitement, confusion, and a growing sense of responsibility. The knowledge he carried was both a gift and a burden, a testament to the ingenuity of a lost civilization and a challenge to his own species to prove worthy of its inheritance.
The alien civilization, he realized, had not only bequeathed their knowledge, but also their hopes, their dreams, their belief in the enduring power of life and the importance of preserving its legacy against the relentless march of time.
They had seen in humanity, despite its flaws and its capacity for self-destruction, a spark of their own spirit, a shared yearning for knowledge, a drive to explore the unknown, a capacity for love and compassion that transcended the boundaries of species and time. And in that realization, Carter found a sense of purpose that transcended his own personal ambitions, a mission that went beyond mere scientific discovery.
He was no longer just an explorer, a scientist, but a custodian of a legacy, a bridge between the past and the future, tasked with ensuring that the sacrifices of a dying race would not be in vain.
The Exodus 9, its hull scarred but its spirit unbroken, emerged from hyperspace on the outskirts of the Sol system, the familiar glow of their sun a welcome beacon after their long and perilous journey.
Relief washed over the crew, a palpable wave of tension releasing its grip as they prepared for re-entry, their thoughts turning towards home, towards the loved ones they had left behind, towards the world they were about to change forever.
As they made their final approach, Lieutenant Reynolds at the helm, her hands moving with practiced precision over the controls, Dr. Singh by her side, monitoring the ship's systems, a strange anomaly flickered across the main view screen.
A faint signal, originating from the vicinity of Jupiter, its signature unlike anything they had encountered before. It was a complex pattern, a series of pulses and bursts that defied easy categorization, yet held a haunting familiarity, like a half-remembered dream.
Drawn by the urgency in Reynolds' voice, Carter hurried onto the bridge, his heart pounding in his chest. a strange premonition gripping his gut. "What is it?" he asked, his gaze fixed on the screen, the alien signal pulsing like a beacon in the darkness.
Reynolds shook her head, her brow furrowed in concentration, her fingers dancing over her console, attempting to isolate the signal, to decipher its meaning. "I don't know," she replied, her voice hushed with awe, "but it's like nothing I've ever seen before."
Her words trailed off, her gaze meeting Carter's, a shared sense of wonder and apprehension filling the space between them.
"It's almost like they're talking to us."
The Exodus 9, bearing the weight of a civilization's legacy and the hopes of a future transformed, glided through the Earth's atmosphere, a fiery meteor descending from the celestial tapestry above.
The crew, their faces etched with a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration, braced themselves for the final leg of their journey, their hearts pounding in unison with the ship's rhythmic hum.
The blue marble of Earth, a vibrant oasis in the vast cosmic desert, had never seemed so precious, so fragile, so deserving of protection. Dr. Carter, his mind still ablaze with the echoes of a distant star and the wisdom of a vanished race, gazed out of the viewport, his eyes tracing the familiar contours of the world below.
The knowledge he carried, the responsibility entrusted to him by a civilization on the brink of oblivion, felt heavier than ever, a mantle of destiny draped across his shoulders.
But within their final act of creation, their desperate gamble to preserve their legacy, Carter saw not despair, but hope. He had glimpsed the pinnacle of scientific achievement, the profound beauty of a culture that had transcended the limitations of its physical form, only to witness its tragic demise.
The alien civilization had chosen to believe in the enduring power of knowledge, in the possibility that their sacrifices might ignite a spark of understanding in another species, in another time.
And as the Exodus 9 pierced the veil of clouds, descending towards the waiting embrace of Earth, Carter vowed to honor that belief, to ensure that their story, their wisdom, their dreams would not be lost to the void.
He would become their voice, their advocate, their bridge to a future they could only imagine.
Section 2. Seeds of Knowledge. The world watched with bated breath as the Exodus 9 touched down on the landing strip, its sleek silhouette a stark contrast to the jubilant chaos that erupted around it.
News of the mission's success, of the discovery of an alien artifact and the retrieval of an unimaginable trove of knowledge had spread like wildfire, igniting a global firestorm of excitement, apprehension, and insatiable curiosity.
The crew, hailed as heroes, emerged from the spacecraft, blinking against the glare of 1,000 flashbulbs, their faces etched with the weariness of their long journey and the weight of the hearts of humanity. Section 3. A universe of possibilities. The world, once divided by borders, ideologies, and petty squabbles, found common ground in the face of the unknown.
The alien data cache, a Rosetta Stone to a civilization far beyond their own, became a shared obsession, a global endeavor that transcended political and cultural barriers.
Scientists, engineers, linguists, philosophers, artists, and dreamers from every corner of the globe converged, their collective intellect focused on unlocking the secrets of the alien legacy.
Research centers, fueled by unprecedented levels of international collaboration, sprang up overnight. Their gleaming towers are testament to humanity's newfound unity of purpose.
Breakthroughs came in rapid succession, each discovery building upon the last, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge further than ever before.
Energy sources, clean and nearly limitless, replaced fossil fuels, their shimmering towers a testament to humanity's mastery of the forces that had once seemed beyond their grasp.
New technologies, inspired by the alien designs, began to reshape the world.
Medical advancements, leveraging the alien understanding of genetics and cellular regeneration, eradicated diseases, extended lifespans, and blurred the lines between biology and technology.
Space travel, once a perilous and expensive endeavor, became commonplace. Sleek spacecraft, powered by alien engines, plying the interstellar pathways, carrying humanity's dreams to the stars.
The world, once teetering on the brink of environmental collapse and societal upheaval, had been granted a second chance. A chance to learn from the mistakes of the past and forge a brighter future.
Exodus 9's return of the day humanity rediscovered its place in the cosmos faded into legend.